Hello again, welcome back to the Football Spy Files, where we take another in-depth look at the Premier League side that you support and examine what you need ahead of the new season. Today it's the turn of Arsenal, who, if they get the solid defensive base to build on, will surely take the title race to the wire next season. Although scoring goals was not a problem, it was keeping them out that the Gunners found difficult, particularly away from home, where 26 goals conceded meant they only had the sixth best defensive record on the road behind United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Villa and Manchester City. Arsene Wenger set about putting that right by moving for the Fulham keeper Mark Schwarzer. The new Fulham boss Mark Hughes has vowed to fight to keep the Australian, but I wonder if Schwarzer may well force the issue by putting in a transfer request. Joe Hart's been linked with Arsenal, but while I don't think he's a bad keeper, I don't see one decent season on loan at Birmingham as proof that he's experienced enough to be Arsenal's number one. The Gunners' number one last season, Emmanuel says he's got nothing to prove, but I think he does, as he cost the club around 15 points last season. To be fair to him, he was outstanding in the Emirates Cup last weekend, but Arsene Wenger's still looking for someone else to keep goal for next season. The Cagliari keeper Villarrica Marchetti is also in the mix, but having fallen out with his club. But I think Wenger's more likely to bring in Schwarzer, as he knows the Premier League and he can keep goal while two of his younger, more promising keepers come through the ranks. Wenger's understood to have assured the young Wojciech Szczesny and Vito Mannone that they've got long-term roles to play at the Emirates during a meeting at the end of last season. Szczesny in particular is believed to be the main man going forward, but he and Mannone will have to go out on loan again this season to get more experience. In defence, Wenger's released Sol Campbell, William Gallas and Mikel Silvestre, a decision which will have pleased quite a few Gunners fans. A highly rated 24-year-old defender Laurent Koscielny has arrived from French club Lorient, with the 25-year-old Werder Bremen defender Per Mertesacker also a target, along with the 26-year-old Dynamo Kiev defender Pape Diakhaty from Senegal. All three are quick, strong and versatile. Although Koscielny isn't as experienced as Mertesacker and Diakhaty, he's had quite a rapid rise through the ranks, was voted the best player in the French second division 2 years ago, and he made such an impact at Lorient that he was snapped up by Wenger after just one season there. We might also see a bit more this season of the defender Havard Nordved, the young defender at Arsenal. He's 19, played extremely well against Sturm Graz during Arsenal's pre-season training camp out in Austria, and was equally as impressive against Barnet at the end of July. Now, the fact that he's even being talked about in terms of the first team is even more remarkable, because he was not actually due to go out to Austria, which is where Wenger normally takes the players that he's considering for his first team squad for the coming season. But the Arsenal boss was not able to bring in the cover that he needed, so he changed his mind and decided to go with Nordved instead. The rest, well, it could be history. Now, Wenger's got Kieran Gibbs waiting in the wings behind Gael Clichy on the left of defence, and on the right he's got Emmanuel Abui behind Bakary Husseini. I'd say in both positions he's very strong indeed. Midfielders, where many people think Arsenal are one, maybe two defensive midfielders away from having a title-winning lineup. The most defensively minded players at the moment are Alexandre Song, Abou Diaby and Denilson. Three guys who are good players, but for many people lack the steel of a Michael Essien or a Javier Mascherano. Wenger's very keen on the Juventus midfielder Felipe Melo, but I like the boy at Udinese, Gökhan Inler. He's 26, he's strong, he's quick, he's decisive, and he can put his foot in. The Lyon midfielder Jean McCoon is also a real powerhouse. He's 27, he'd cost as little as £6 million. But there is a school of thought that Wenger could opt for someone closer to home among his own ranks. Emmanuel Frimpong is strong, determined, and another one who's made a real impact in pre-season. He's only 18, but he's shown real promise, and he's played alongside Jack Wilshere in particular for some time. As for the attacking option, Cesc Fabregas will stay unless Arsenal get the kind of crazy offer that persuaded Manchester United to sell Cristiano Ronaldo to Real Madrid. Even if he does go, you could argue that Arsenal still have enough midfield options to cope. Young Jack Wilshere has been outstanding in pre-season. Thomas Rosicky is clever and skillful, and Sami Nasri can play anywhere across the middle of the park. Theo Walcott will provide pace on the right and will be better for yet another season at the club. I still feel the best is yet to come from him. Andrew Arsene can also play on the right, so too can Nicholas Bentner, who did very well from that position last season on occasion. On the left, Wenger's got the choice of playing Sam Nasri or Rosicky, or if he wants to go for a five-man midfield, he could even stick Robin van Persie out there. That would leave him a choice between the new boy Marouane Chamakh or Nicholas Bentner for the centre-forward position. Carlos Vela's been okay in pre-season, but I wonder if Wenger might yet bring in another striker just to give himself some depth in that position. Maybe he could make a late move for the Nice striker Loic Remy. In short, this would be my Arsenal team for the new season. Hopefully Wenger will pull off his move for Schwarzer, as I think he'd be an outstanding last line of defence. Per Mertesacker would add solidity to the back line alongside Vermaelen, with the pace and experience of Clichy and Sagna at fullback. Inler and Song would provide the steel in midfield, with Inler minding the shop as Song ventures forward every so often. And the front four are such good players that they could probably interchange actually and have a devastating impact. Arsene on the right, Fabregas behind Chamakh, and Van Persie on the left. That side for me would win the title, but I think this season Arsenal will finish third. It's going to be a very, very close run thing in my opinion. Chelsea will no way run away with it this year. Now, you've seen my Arsenal team. Let's have a look at a few of yours. Lock-on is in London. He wants Arsenal to play a 4-3-3 formation, but even Arsene Wenger thinks this season will be too soon for the young keeper Szczesny. The defence is pretty strong though, with the new signing Koscielny in there, and Song is in front of the back four. Nasri and Fabregas will push forward from midfield, while Arsene and Van Persie will put some quality service into the box for Chamakh to finish off. Good side, good formation. Joel Oberstone is in San Francisco. He thinks Arsene Wenger should bring in the Ajax keeper Marcus Stekelenburg. His defence also includes a new signing Laurent Koscielny, with Gibbs at left back instead of Clichy. Nasri, Wilshere and Diaby are in a three-man midfield, and the trouble with that for me is that they all like to get forward, so that defence could be left exposed. Arsene, though, could create havoc in the hull, while Chamakh and Van Persie would be a good partnership. Good team, good formation, but not sure about that midfield. Wei Li is in Singapore, and this is a very interesting Arsenal side. Mark Schwartzer's in goal, good choice, and the Ajax defender Jan Vertonghen, good player, is alongside Vermaelen, but Nasri is a bit deep in midfield for me, and I wouldn't play Van Persie on the right of a three with Arsene on the left. I'd switch those two around. Chamakh, though, is up front. Gunners FC11's been in touch on the Daily Mirror channel. Schwartzer's in goal for him, but instead of the new signings, he's got Johan Duru at centre-half alongside Vermaelen. Diaby's in front of the back four. Arsene and Van Persie are in a flat midfield, and Chamakh is the lone striker. I'd prefer to see Arsene and Van Persie in more advanced positions. Right, now here's a moment of truth. Where do you think Arsenal will finish at the end of the coming season? I think it will be third, but what do you think? Well, Dominic's been in touch on YouTube. He thinks the Gunners will slip a place to fourth behind Chelsea and the two Manchester teams. I don't agree. Nazarene thinks the Gunners will beat Man United to the title, with Chelsea third and Spurs fourth. And Samuel Kabir is in Atlanta in America. He thinks Arsenal will finish fourth next season. Drago's in Manchester. He's a United fan. He thinks Arsenal will finish fourth. Keep your teams and your thoughts coming in. The Football Spy files are back very soon. Remember to go to the Mirror Football website at mirrorfootball.co.uk for all of your transfer news. And I'll see you next time.